Chapter 5: The Importance of Top-to-Bottom Lean Leadership. How does a lean leader think, talk, and act? Putting systems in place that give you a top-to-bottom leadership focus on your lean improvement efforts is the key to making these improvements last and have a big impact. Most companies fail to do this. They might send all of their managers and supervisors to the required 2-day Lean Tools workshop, but they fail to install systems that reinforce and require the use of these tools on a daily basis after the workshop. Other companies send all of their frontline supervisors to such training, but don't expect their leaders at the top to do anything new other than report on what these people are doing. Some companies make both mistakes. First, they fail to redesign their existing work systems and install new systems to support a lean transition. Then, they appear to make certain managers and supervisors exempt from the need to personally change. The first step in creating a top-to-bottom leadership focus is to decide that all leaders must be involved and will be affected by the change effort. The second step involves reaching consensus on the question, how does a lean leader think, talk, and act? The degree to which all of your people who hold a leadership role can consistently answer this question will largely determine the future success of your lean improvement efforts. I'll give you the short answer I would recommend here. You will have to reach consensus on your answer in this workshop and in the days and weeks to come. In short, the thoughts of a lean leader place a high priority on maximizing customer value and minimizing the amount of waste that all of his or her key processes contain. These thoughts manifest themselves in the words that leaders say each day. That leaders' people rarely, if ever, hear any contrary statements to these two thoughts. The key to high performance. Every process owner should be responsible for tracking and trending process performance and process errors and defects on a regular basis, and for using that information to improve those processes. Who are your process owners? How do they spend their time and money each day? One of the biggest learnings I have gained as a 20-plus year Baldrige examiner is how leadership can make or break an organization. This is the most evident when I go on site visits. I've been on 14 site visits now for the national process, and I've developed internal Baldrige criteria-based scorebooks for 2 of my employers. In every case, when leaders sincerely walk a consistent talk and have a process orientation, their organizations are able to sustain success across multiple results areas. In high-performance organizations such as these, the leader's behaviors in the workplace support her words and provide evidence that the proper belief systems are in place. A lean leader takes the waste out of his or her own job, keeps her own workplace clean, and seeks to provide high amounts of value for his or her internal customers. Leader setting a daily lean example is perhaps the best way to build momentum for a cultural shift towards lean thinking. These leaders don't walk by waste or disorder in the workplace without either addressing it or making sure that plans are in place to address it. They regularly recognize team behaviors that support the lean improvements that are desired, both daily and in team meetings. They know what improvements are planned to take the team to higher levels of performance. And they know the costs of the existing waste streams. An effective lean leader is able to use lean tools, does so on a regular basis, and can help teach the use of these tools to others. It all begins with 1, making process ownership clear, and 2, expecting all process owners to follow the same process management and improvement practices. How effectively do your leaders at all levels do this? Who are your leaders? Really? How do your people decide what is important? Who has the greatest potential for consistent influence over your work teams? Too many organizations fail to recognize their frontline supervisors as leaders. They might call them leaders in emails or send them to leadership training, but they rarely share the same type of information with them that upper managers get or involve them in planning meetings or performance reviews. Unfortunately, frontline supervisors are the ones that really make a difference, good or bad, in a company. They're the people that send the truest and most consistent message to the greatest percentage of your people about what is important. Frontline leaders are the ones that should be the most aware about how the organization is really performing. The fact that they have the greatest number of face-to-face interactions with the highest percentage of people is what makes this influence so powerful and lasting. You could have the best public speaker and motivator as an upper manager, but if that person only spends an hour a month at most with your people, they cannot overcome the daily hour-by-hour influence that a frontline supervisor has. This might seem like common sense, but think about how things work in your company. Do you see frontline leaders as the people that really make the difference in company performance? Do you even see these people as leaders, or do you see them more as gophers that get you the information you need to keep your boss happy? Do you know what types of messages your frontline leaders send to your people each day about what is important? Do you have a focused and broad-based program in place to continually develop the skills of these people?